Hey everybody, welcome to our very first commentary. This is Ricky One here, director of Love Unemployed, and with me I have Marcus Alexander, my sound supervisor.
Hello.
And my one half of the lead of the film, Drew Hancock, who plays Eros.
Hello there.
Hello. The other half, Leonora, she can't be here today because she's directing her own film, Hear the Doors, and we wish her luck on that. Yeah. We'll be discussing the insights of this film. Hopefully you get the vibe, the feel, and hopefully you get to know all of us behind camera.
And in front of the camera. Now we've got Drew. Drew's representing in front and me and you representing behind.
True, yeah.
although I'm not even behind the camera, am I? I come in later.
Yeah, we could do like a behind the scenes interview, like how do you create the sound world for this film?
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll definitely do that.
Oh yeah. But yeah, the reason for the commentary, yes, to hopefully you would support us and make this film happen.
We can make it without their support, but it'll be tiny. It'll be a tiny version of it, wouldn't it? It'll be one camera, one location. Maybe just a box room and two people talking. But with people's help and contribution, you can turn it into something that goes across all of Europe, which is the part of the story. The story takes this little pair of oddballs, and yeah. So obviously, location and crew is expensive or something like that. But I think your vision. I mean, the script speaks for itself. It's strong and it's like, yeah.
So, Ricky, how did you conceive this? Where did your idea first come from?
It was a couple of years ago when I was just on the internet, just random internet search, and I come across a photograph of Keanu Reeves on the park bench eating the sandwich, and that got me thinking, like, we don't see celebrities sitting on the bench on their own eating a sandwich. But it's only a few days later, Jack Grundy, who was the VFX teacher for Future Works, he told me, like, there's a story behind the photograph, which is Keanu Reeves' wife has passed away, and it got me thinking, like, what is he thinking, how is he feeling, and ideas start to flow, like, how would he cope with his loss, would he quit acting, or it's like story.
So in effect, that picture that you were looking at, you automatically became focused on what was a very real person with a very real issue in his life.
Yes.
And a very, obviously a very tragic issue in his life, and this was where the seed was planted for the making of this film.
Yes, it is. Yes. Like when I was thinking about the story, I was thinking, like, I imagine if he never recovers, how would he come back from his depression? So I was thinking another character comes in the mix, a girl, baby, who is full of hope and love, and she suddenly kind of brings him out of it, and it took a little while just to think of the story.
It seems that you were sort of thinking about this initially from the aspects of telling a story rather than looking at it from a film director's point of view.
Yeah, I started to mess around with ideas, like how to make it fresh, original, unique.
Yeah.
This is where I like to twist, the characters around.
Yeah.
Like from an ordinary guy to a Cupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the interesting thing about the story is that you have these two characters, one who says nothing, who's mute, and one who speaks all the time, or grumbles, something is always happening. So, like, from a sound point of view, you've got this two things that are very different to what is normal. Normally you have straight interaction, dialogue between characters, and in this sense you've got a character that says nothing, whose character has to in some way be suggested and developed through the world around her, which she takes a great interest in, primarily visually, but also that's what we're going to be doing, is making it a sort of a sonic treat as well. to mimic the other side of that, which is Eros's character, which is kind of is not a treat because he's disgusting.
So let's play the trailer. The first scene is the doctor scene, where we see Leonora and Drew meeting the doctor for the first time. We want to start off the doctor scene because we want the audience to know what the story is about, but not necessarily characters just yet. So we have Michael Sejo playing one of the doctors.
Brilliantly, if I might add.
Oh yeah. Leonora and Drew in the scene. I like the way Leonora communicates with her eyes just by blinking. You can feel like what she's feeling by looking at her eyes. I like this scene.
I think that the interaction between a character that does a lot of talking and a character that says absolutely nothing obviously gives a concept that basically Eros is having a one-way conversation with himself because all he keeps doing is listening. I know from very, very personal experience that communicating with someone who does not have a voice is within itself, in a sense, a trial because you're not getting a comeback. And to portray someone who doesn't have a voice is, for an actor, is a very, very difficult thing to do to make it believable. And Leonora is so believable in this. She makes it so easy for me. As I talk about this in very personal experience because I had a brilliant teacher for the past 39 years, and that's my son Martin. Martin does not speak. Martin tells you what he wants by, if he wants a drink, he takes you to the fridge because he knows that's where his drink is, in the fridge. If he wants to go out, he'll take you to the front door. If you want, etc., etc. But that's naturally inbuilt in Martin, my son, because he does not use speech. Leonora is portraying someone who is, in reality, is Martin. And that is not easy to do for an actor. And as I say again, she does it so well. And she makes each scene, it makes it easier for Eros, the character, to actually get into her psyche. And he gets more understanding of where she's at as a person. And he becomes totally intrigued by her. So yeah, I think it's this balance is absolutely superb, and I just love every part of it.
The next scene is the journey. This is like the majority of the theme of the film is the travelling. As you can see, Lily is holding a sign to Calais.
Where was this shot?
This is shot in Wilmslow. We're pretending it's near Dover. Here we are, Lily, with a popular analog camera. The camera itself is a character as well. We get to see her taking pictures in every scene.
Of the most inanimate objects you could wish to think of.
Well, she sees the world differently.
Yeah.
Differently.
Which is again part of the kind of character development, isn't it?
Yes,
absolutely.
You begin to question why she's doing that. What is it that she sees in these inanimate objects? And that in itself is like that piques your curiosity.
Yeah, to the audience and to ours as well. So you're both on a journey into Lily's psyche. Next is the ferry ship. I'd like to say thank you to Marina, who shot the clips, so I'm grateful for that. Here he is again with using the bread. Any memories about the bread?
The only thing I remember about shooting that scene that it was about 25 Celsius that day, and it had been 25 Celsius that day since about 11 o'clock in the morning, and I just remember being hot in mittens and a coat and a stupid looking deerstalker hat that I had to keep on all the time, obviously because I was in character.
Here is the next scene. we have two of the actors that I worked with before, Wayne Phillips and Jermaine LeBird. Yeah, I'd like to say thank you to them for coming on their spare time.
Yeah, they were great. They were great, these guys. They really were.
Oh yeah, we had quite a laugh doing
yeah, we did.
the scene, because we were like discussing Jermaine's character, how he should feel.
Yeah. Well, this scene here, just before the guys walk past there, Eros is actually doing what he's been put on the earth to do, and that's actually put people's relationships right.
Yeah. Yeah, but in this case, it's reverse.
Yeah, but only Eros can do it the way Eros does it, and it probably isn't the way that 99 out of 100% of other people would do it, which lands Eros in the situation with the two guys. Talk about saying the wrong thing at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So we have to.
I didn't realise that.
So I'm going to have to go through this scene all over again.
Yeah, the ideas for this scene is like to show like, although Lily, she looks vulnerable, but she's not. She can defend herself. As we see here. Here we are with Jermaine and Wayne. Ooh. So yeah, there's a lot of layers to Lily's character than we see at the beginning.
I think the first thing I remember Leonora asking me all out, how we're going to do this slap across the face, and I said, you just got to do it. She said, what do you mean? I said, we just got to do it. It has to look, unless you are so utterly believable to feint a slap across the face, which can be done if you've had the appropriate amount of training. But you might have to do it a dozen times. Whereas if you say you're just going to have to do it, then you might get away with it with 3 takes. So I just said to Leonora, you're just going to have to slap me, and that's all there is to it. So she did.
Yeah, quite a few times. I remember.
More than 3?
Yeah. Well, when the scene had finished with the two guys, because Dwayne has to grab me, and of course, for continuity's sake, he has to grab me in exactly the same place. 2 days later, my chest was full of bruises. I actually photographed him with my mobile phone and sent Leonora the pictures, and she was absolutely and utterly mortified.
Are you from Korea? Korea?
Where's that?
This is shot in Big Lily Gardens.
Oh, I absolutely adored this scene. It was just so much fun. This was.
I can't remember who is it Leonora or Drew? Like I ain't walking through in between there.
Me.
Was it you?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Because I don't want to get wet.
Yeah.
It was. I like go just walk, you'll be all right. Yeah.
No, that was Leonora. That was just. Yeah, she just wasn't up for that at all at first. But I think when she realised she wasn't going to get wet.
Isn't Casa for you? Well, you guys were just improving. But this wasn't scripted.
We
it's like I was like.
That's right. Yeah, we were.
That's got to be a fun part of it.
Yeah, I was just bouncing. Eros was just bouncing off Lily's intriguement in some sheep that weren't particularly going anywhere or saying anything.
And then you tried to.
Yeah, he sort of got a little bit carried away himself there. Yeah. I love this scene here at the end of the day's film. I remember this was about 20 to 11 at night. This down at Salford Quays.
Yes.
It's just a touching moment there, and this is unscripted. We were just sat there, just having a conversation. Yeah.
To me, I call that a truthful moment.
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
It's real. It's not acted or rehearsed.
That's right.
It's all natural. So like, Mina, let's film this. And I remember you turn around. Are we filming?
I did. That's right. I did. Yes. I remember.
So
that was such a good day. Such an enjoyable day filming that. Yeah, it really was from start to finish. I think I'd like to say at this point that, you know, you talk about the guys behind the camera, you're listening to Ricky's voice here, but, you know, you probably only see still shots of it. You know, we've got such a fantastic crew behind us who've gone to extreme lengths to make sure that that each scene that we do has got the depth and the clarity with it. Painstakingly looked at each particular scene. I speak from the heart, and we're just a group of people all playing at our strengths for this film, and it'd just be great if we could get it to the place that where we want it to be, and have the funding to be able to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you like hearing us and you like to support indie films, please click on the link, Indiegogo link. At the side, you will see perks like digital download, t-shirts, get a chance to be on set, meet the casting crew, meet Drew. We will welcome you with open hands.
Arms.
Both.
Both. Please help us, make this film happen.
And thank you for listening, and hope to see you soon.